Welcome back to my channel, everyone. It has been a long time since I did a pen paling video like this. My name is Riley and I mostly post like bullet journaling content. Planning, bullet journaling, easy doodle ideas, productivity, different spreads, stuff like that. But I do from time to time do some pen pal videos as well. I do really enjoy sending out pen pal letters, but it's not something that I do on like a super regular basis like I do with my journal. You know, my journal is a very consistent thing in my life, whereas pen paling is kind of just every once in a while. But today I will be creating a little pen pal letter for Eddie. Now, I'm not gonna say too much about Eddie, but she's actually someone who found me here on YouTube and just reached out to me on Etsy with a really, really sweet message. She's going through a bit of a difficult time right now, and one thing that's been helping her get through various treatments and stuff is like bullet journaling, pen pal stuff, just being creative. So I wanted to send her some stationery. So that's Eddie, and I decided to write out her name twice. I did it in calligraphy, and I'm going to use one of these on the outside of the envelope and then one of them on the letter itself. So here's the envelope that I've chosen to use today. Well, chosen because these are the only envelopes I have, these craft paper envelopes. If you've ever watched a pen paling video on my channel before, you'll probably recognize them because I use them for everything. And if I don't want a craft paper envelope, I'll just cover it with like black paper, white paper, whatever. But I love these envelopes. And I started off just by pasting her name onto the center. Now, I had this kind of vague idea in my head, and this was me just experimenting and playing with this new PET tape that I got from the Washi tape shop. I did do a video of this whole haul, so I'm going to link that video here in case you want to see, because this is just one of many rolls of gorgeous PET tape that I got from the Washi tape shop. And so basically it just has a bunch of different like clusters and individual flowers and wreaths that all match, and then you kind of cut out the ones that you want and essentially use them as stickers. So I decided to kind of go from a really dense floral corner over on the left side and then peter out to no flowers on the right side. So I just pasted in a bunch of the different sort of stickers from that roll, and now I'm trimming off the excess. So these stickers, well, PET tape, it's not technically a sticker, but I really love these. The one thing that I don't love about filming these is that it looks all shiny on camera, but in person it doesn't, you know, the contrast between the PET tape and the craft paper envelope is not as, you know, obvious as it is here on camera where we've got a little bit of a glare. So now I'm taking a white gel pen. This is the Uniball Signo in size 10. And I'm gonna just draw in some little like sparkles and dots all over the envelope, both on the emptier side and amidst the flowers. And as you can tell, there's not really a good spot on this envelope for her address. What I normally do with my pen pal letters is I double envelope them, just because I don't want them to, you know, like get wet, like dropped or spilled or something like that, and then suddenly the letter is ruined. So this is just going to be kind of the inner envelope, and then I'm going to take this exact same kind of envelope, the craft paper ones, and just put another layer on top that will be simpler. It will just have, you know, name, address, the stamps, that kind of stuff. So that was the envelope. Now I'm moving on to the letter inside, and I'm not actually going to write the letter here on camera. I'm going to go ahead and do that later. But I'm just decorating this sheet of paper, and I really should get some more things specifically for pen paling, like more envelopes, nice paper. This paper is actually taken out of my, I want to say, 14-year-old diary. There were these fun notebooks at Dollarama, and I got like a million because I loved them. I had my drawing notebook, I had my diary notebook, I had my like Bible camp notebook where I wrote down verses and took notes. I had so many of these same notebooks but different cover designs. So that's what this paper is, and I am running out. I only had a few pages left in my diary, and I've been using them for pen paling over the last couple of years and months. I'll just use one every now and then, but it would be nice to get some new paper. And I will say all of the supplies that I've been using are going to be linked down below, along with discount codes when possible. The marker that I used, that's a Zig brushable in the color fawn from Stationery Pal. I mentioned the Uniball Signo white gel pen, and the Washi tape shop, of course. I do have discount codes for those things below, for both Stationery Pal for the markers and pens, and the Washi tape shop, which is where this tape is from as well, and then the PET tape. So this is pretty much all that I'm going to do for the letter here. Now, as I mentioned, she is going through some medical treatments, and so this part at the bottom here is I just wrote day by day, and that's actually something that she mentioned as we were chatting on Etsy. I was just, asking her how things were going, and she just said, I'm really learning to take things day by day, and so I decided to include that little mantra on here for her. And of course, this is one of the wreaths from that same roll of PET tape from the Washi tape shop. So that was the letter page. Like I said, I'm going to go right on that later on. Now I want to give her not really like activities. I don't know what to call these little papers. One of them is going to have like sort of a game. It's called This or That, where you just give them two options, kind of a Pepsi or Coke sort of situation. And then they can highlight, circle, whatever, and send it back. And then the other one is going to be a to-do list, and you'll see that very soon. Now I'm just using some of the individual flowers from that roll, Flowers and Leaves, to decorate these small little pages. And you know what? The most time-consuming part of putting together this pen pal, and I cut pretty much all of that part out of this video, was just cutting and separating the PET tape. That, I will say, is my biggest complaint against PET tape. I love how it looks. It's so beautiful. It's like a little bit textured, and I love that, but like, you need to cut really close around all the flowers, otherwise you've just got a massive glossy area that you can't really write on and do other stuff on. You need to cut really close, and then getting your fingernail underneath that bottom side to actually peel the tape off is truly a challenge. Like, that took me so much longer than pretty much any other part of this pen pal. So I did a lot of chopping up in the editing of this video compared to what I normally would, because I had to cut out all of the times when I was trying to separate a sticker or piece of PET tape from the backing. So like I said, I just wrote the heading for This or That. Now I'm writing a to-do list, and this isn't really like, tasks. This is actually something my sister did for me. When I went to college for the first time, I was feeling quite homesick. I was kind of just overwhelmed, with being in a very new place with people that I did not know, having really intense deadlines with my schoolwork, and I was just feeling really overwhelmed. And she gave me a list like this, and yeah, it was, they weren't the same prompts. I don't remember the prompts, but it was, like, say hi to somebody new in the hallway, like, I don't know, try a new food at the cafeteria, something like that. She just had kind of fun little prompts, and I remember really, really appreciating them and enjoying them in that season where I was feeling quite anxious and overwhelmed. So this is just kind of things to like freshen up her day. So calling or texting someone that she hasn't talked to in a while, go for a walk, try a new food, write a pen pal letter, maybe to me, maybe to someone else. Those were my little, just kind of refreshing tasks for Eddie. And then of course we've got the This or That page, and I would love to hear from you down in the comments. First of all, do you have pen pals or write pen pal letters? And if so, I would love to hear your ideas. Sorry, I'm not sure if you can hear that ticking. That's the heat in our building. This happens all the time. But I would love to hear your ideas. When you write a pen pal letter, what kinds of things do you include? I've done like little question sheets, little like playlist sheets, these two that you see here, stuff like that. Let me know down in the comments. And of course, a big part of what I wanted to send to Eddie was some stationery, some goodies for her to use in her bullet journaling. So I'm making a little like washi tape sample thing, I guess you could call it. I just took some packing tape that I use to mail off journals, and I wrapped it around this little piece of craft paper, just so that the washi tape doesn't actually stick to the paper itself, so none of it is wasted. And now I'm going to take a bunch of different pieces of washi tape that kind of match with the vibe or the colors that I've been using in this pen pal letter. So I'm starting off with a couple of rolls from the washi tape shop and just wrapping them around and around. This is probably my favorite thing to give and receive in pen pal letters. I feel like I have so much washi tape, like an obscene amount of washi tape, and I've given away a lot of it. But I started off my like bullet journaling pen pal journey with literally zero washi tape. I ended up buying a $2 pack of washi tape from AliExpress, and that was my first exposure to washi tape. And now I've been given like hundreds of rolls of washi tape. But I always like just getting a short amount of tape, because here's the thing, I love variety, but I know that I'm never going to finish like probably even a single roll, except for like my really plain black and white plaid roll that I pair with everything, you know what I mean? So I like getting little pieces of a bunch of different washi tapes instead of, you know, I don't need a whole roll of a bunch of washi tapes. So I hope that Eddie is the same way, and that she just appreciates having little snippets of some new washi tape patterns to add to her collection. Now, not pumped with how this little folder turned out. Honestly, I feel like I say this in so many videos. I just blame it on my son. My son was napping and I was trying to take advantage of that time, so I did not have time to run around and find new supplies. And so all I had sitting around were these little scraps, and I used them to make just a little folder, which I'm calling the goodies folder here. And I'm going to be using another one of the wreaths from that PET tape roll for the heading here, and I'm just going to paste that right onto the folder. Now, another thing I would love to hear from you, if you are into writing pen pal letters, or if you're not but you want to, like you wish you were, what kinds of stationery do you or would you like to get in a pen pal letter? In this one, well, you'll see in a second what I included, but it was mostly just small things, you know, like little, these are washi tape stickers. So little washi tape stickers that all kind of fit the mood of this pen pal letter. Lots of floral, lots of really soft, gentle colors. So I've got these stickers, and then next you're gonna see they're almost like mini postcards, because they're more of a thick material, whereas these ones here are semi-translucent because they're washi tape. So these ones are very, very, just totally opaque and more like postcards. And so those are the two little things that I'm including here. And then you're gonna see some more of those PET tape rolls from the washi tape shop. I'm going to cut up a bunch of these to add to her pen pal letter so that she can use these in her journal as well. But are there other things that you like to get in pen pal letters? This is what I typically send, because this is what I have. I have lots of like smaller stickers that come in those little booklets or little boxes, and I have lots of washi tape. I don't really have a ton of sticker sheets. I don't have a ton of like different papers for collaging or like ephemera. I'm not sure if I'm saying that word right. I've only ever seen it like written out, you know? But yeah, I would love to hear from you guys. What kinds of goodies do you like to receive in your pen pal letters? Alright, so that's the last of the PET tape. Here's everything that I'm going to be sending along to Eddie. So of course there's the envelope, and I'm really happy with how that one turned out. Then I've got bits and pieces of a bunch of different PET rolls, those goodies, her washi tape sample that I'm going to stick into this little goodie folder as well. That glittery roll on top, I love those. They're such nice little accent tapes. Then I've got her to-do list and a this or that page, and finally the actual letter, which I'm going to be writing on later.